Hello, welcome back. We're learning how to solve these fractional equations in algebra. The technique we're going to use here will be exactly as we have done in the last section, so if you haven't watched that one, please watch it now. Essentially, we'll multiply both sides of the equation by whatever is in the denominators throughout the entire equation, and that'll clear all of the denominators, and then we'll just solve from there. When we get to the end of the problem, every solution we get, we need to double check and make sure that that's a valid solution, that in other words, that the solution will not cause the function to blow up to infinity. We discussed that at length in the last section. If it does cause a problem, we call it an extraneous solution. And if it doesn't cause a problem, which most of the time will be the case, then we just circle those as the valid solutions to the equation. All right, so let's just build our skills. We're going to crank through several. It'll be the very same thing that we're doing every single time. So we're just going to build skills by solving different problems. T over t minus 1 equals t plus 2 over t. Now you can see this is a crazy equation. It would be difficult to solve this by just manipulating. You could do things. You could do other things. Okay, of course you can. There's always many ways you can solve a problem. But because you have t's in so many different locations and there's fractions involved, it's difficult to unscramble it and get all the t's exactly where you want. So what we're going to do is to make it easy. We're going to have cookie cutter way of doing this. And that's going to be the following. T plus 2 over t. We need to multiply the left and the right hand side by something. And what we're going to do is we're going to multiply it by this denominator times this denominator. So we'll be multiplying it by t times t minus 1. And we're going to multiply that as if it's over 1. And if we do that, then we have to multiply the right-hand side as well. T times t minus 1 over 1. So essentially, we're multiplying the left and the right-hand side by the product of these denominators. All right? Now, what does that do? That allows us to then say, you can imagine invisible parentheses around this term. So it cancels this term with this term. And then this t cancels with this t. So all we care about is getting all of the denominators gone. We don't care exactly what happens at the top. We just don't want to deal with denominators. So now we have t times t, means we have t squared on the left. On the right, we have t plus 2 times t minus 1. So we'll wrap it in parentheses, t plus 2, and then t minus 1. We don't have any denominators. I mean, we do, but the denominators are just 1 here. So now on the right-hand side, we have to multiply this out. We just use FOIL. We have t squared. The inner term is 2t. The outer term is negative 1 times t, so negative t. And the last term is negative 1 times 2 is negative 2. So let's collect terms. T squared equals t squared plus 2t minus t. 2 minus 1 is 1t. And then we have minus 2. So we have t squared equals t squared plus